الذين ينقضون عهد الله من بعد ميثاقه ويقطعون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويفسدون في الأرض أولئك هم الخاسرون.
الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praise belongs to Allah, who with His favor all good things are accomplished. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to witness this blessed month of Ramadan. And we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should make us witness more on the surface of the heart in good health. Today I'll be discussing the topic fasting and your health. Looking at the topic, we have the key two words, which is fasting and health. Fasting literally means abstinence from food and drink for a specific period of time. And considering the World Health, according to the definition of WHO, it means total well-being. So considering the World Health, according to the definition of WHO, it means physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. And looking at this, it means, talking about health, we are referring to complete well-being of a human being. Then looking at the types of fasting we have, I'll be considering, there are several types of fasting, which I'll be considering one of it today, the spiritual fasting. Talking about spiritual fasting, it has to do with fasting in the month of Ramadan. Fasting in the month of Ramadan is an Islamic rule that is observed for a specific period of time, and is usually 29 to 30 days consecutive period of fasting. Then when you look at the health, fasting in the month of Ramadan, it's a kind of spiritual fasting that needs a lot of that requires a lot of exemptions from some set of people, like those sick patients and those that fasting is harmful to. Another thing again, considering the fasting of a Muslim, we need to look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in one of the verses of the Holy Quran, Quran chapter 2, verse 183 to 84. I'll be taking the last aspect of it, that is chapter 184. Allah is saying that it is better for you to fast if we actually know. Looking at this, we actually see that this basic word, Allah is actually telling us the significance of fasting, particularly to our health. Particularly to our health, because Allah is saying it is better for us to fast. From the beginning of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us those that are exempted from fasting, but at the last part, Allah said it is better for one to fast, because that will be if truly we know. This is telling us the significance of fasting. And indeed, the essence of this fasting, Allah is telling us the essence in Ramadan, that the essence of it is spiritual. That is, the holy month of Ramadan is bringing the spiritual aspect of fasting into our life. And looking at another narration from Abu Naim, radiallahu anhu, he said, the Prophet ﷺ said, Sumu watasomu, that fast so that you be healthy. This is also referring to the significance of fasting, that fast in order for you to be healthy. You'll be looking at it that, considering the fact that fasting at the same time health, it has a lot of good significance in our health, which we as Muslims need to consider. Then looking at it, even the science also proved to us that fasting has been shown to have many health benefits. From scientific view, it shows that fasting has a lot of things to do, has a lot of good to do to our health. Considering the benefit of fasting to our health, we need to look at, firstly, fasting provides tranquility of the heart and mind. Considering this, we can see that by virtue of fasting, we go through a lot of process. We go through a lot of procedures by fasting. In this way, we see that during fasting, a lot of people will abstain from different virtues. And at the same time, during the fasting, we observe a lot of ethics, such as recitation of Quran, remembrance of Allah, and at the same time, one will be restricted to a lot of evil deeds. All these will bring about tranquility of the heart and the soul. Because with all this, one will be restricted and one will be so involved in remembrance of Allah. And this will always bring about tranquility in our heart. And considering this, we actually find out that by fasting, you see that your well-being, the state of well-being will be a complete one. Because with this, one's health status will be of stable one. Then another point that I want to say concerning the benefit of fasting to our health is that it promotes blood sugar control by reducing the insulin resistance. It promotes blood sugar control, and this will actually assist in the reduction of diabetics in the body. Because by controlling the blood level of blood sugar in the body, it has a lot of significance in our health. Another point again that I have to say is it promotes the better health by fighting inflammation. By promoting the better health, I'm trying to say that it assists the body system and helps in fighting against any inflammatory disease. And at the same time, it could reduce several inflammatory conditions such as multiple sclerosis. Also, part of the benefit of fasting, it has been associated with lower risk of coronary diseases. Talking about coronary disease, we have various heart disease, we have various degenerative disease such as Parkinson's disease. By fasting, it assists and it helps in the reduction of coronary disorder. And this will actually help the body system from being involved in heart diseases. Then at the same time, talking about fasting, it boosts the brain function. The fasting may assist in boosting of brain function by preventing a lot of neurodegenerative diseases or neurodegenerative disorder such as the Parkinson's disease. At the same time, part of the benefit of fasting is that it aids weight loss. By fasting, the reduction of the calories that we consume will actually be reduced by virtue of fasting, and that will reduce the intake, and at the same time it's going to help in the boosting of metabolism. Then at the same time, it's going to provide muscle strength, and at the same time it's going to reduce the body weight and body fat by the virtue of fasting. And also considering again the benefit of fasting, it also increases the growth hormone. Considering the growth hormone secretion, which is vital for growth and metabolism, and also it helps in muscle strength. So by looking at this, the growth hormone in our body system, by virtue of fasting, it has a lot of effect on this. This will assist a lot of body system, and it will give a kind of reduction to the body weight. Then also, considering another benefit that we can derive from fasting to our health, we have to consider that fasting could also delay aging. At the same time, it will increase longevity. Saying longevity, it means increase in lifespan. At the same time, it also helps in the body resistance to stress. That's another benefit that we can actually derive from it. So talking about fasting is going to reduce the stress in our body, and is going to increase the lifespan of human. Another thing that fasting benefits us with is that fasting may also help to prevent cancer. At the same time, the effectiveness of chemotherapy usage, because by fasting it has a lot of good effects in the body system, which will assist the prevention of cancer, and it will aid the chemotherapy treatment.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر.
Then also, looking at considering fasting, it may also help to overcome some addiction. For instance, a lot of us, one way or the other, will be addicted to one thing or the other, like using of different drug, overusage of drug. At the same time, some set of people are used to taking toxic substances. So all this we actually assist, and by the virtue of fasting, such a person will be controlled from taking all this, and this will actually reduce the level of the bad habits of consumption of any substance. Then also, looking at another thing that we need to benefit from fasting is that we consider the use of dates, which is of a very good benefit. Considering the use of dates usage when we are about to break is a very important nutrient that we can actually take. In fact, it is being established that when one is about to break and we take 3 dates, it's going to be of boost to our system, and in that case it's going to assist in our brain boost, and at the same time it's going to be of good effect in the system. Considering all this, we can actually see that there are a lot of benefits in which fasting has to do with our health. And looking at the health itself, like I said earlier on, is a complete physical, mental, and social well-being of a human being. So with all this, fasting is going to help and is going to assist in having good and sound health. At the same time, fasting is going to go a long way in summary, it's going to go a long way in elongating our life. At the same time, it's going to preserve and helps in resistance of a lot of diseases. Like I was saying, considering fasting in our body system, I said earlier on that this Ramadan has brought to us healing, has brought to us a kind of boosting in the system, even in the body and in our minds. When we look at it summarily, we'll be considering that aside all the benefit I've highlighted, we still have some other things that this fasting has brought to us. Part of it is that it helps to detoxify the system. By virtue of not consuming too much, it's going to assist and it's going to aid in detoxification in the body system. And also, even the level of absorption of nutrients in the system is going to be increased because fasting assists in the level of absorption. And also, we can actually see that fasting helps to clear the skin and prevent acne, because by the time you fast, the body is well nurtured. You can actually see in the skin, on the skin of individual, that this person, even it will show in the system, on the skin. At the same time, it will prevent wrinkling of the skin. This is another benefit that we can actually get from fasting. And particularly looking at fasting, like I said earlier on, that it prevents cardiovascular disorder. And this cardiovascular disease, it will prevent the risk of cardiovascular and coronary disease. And this is of great importance in fasting because it will help to reduce coronary disease. At the same time, it's going to prevent obesity. And these two diseases are in particular that fasting is it is going to lower the risk in the body. Like I said in the verse I quoted earlier, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it is better for you to fast if truly we know. Because we have several benefits that we can actually get, that we can actually derive from fasting. And with all this, I can actually tell you that fasting will bring about a lot of benefit to our life, to our health, and to our system as a complete human. And this is going to go a long way in assisting our way of life. And it does not really stop after Ramadan. Fasting can still continue, and all the benefits and we derive from Ramadan can still be useful after Ramadan, so that we have a good health. We live a complete well-being and complete social and mental well-being in our life, and the body itself will be devoid of several diseases. Then, what is the safest way to break the fast? The safest way to break the fast is by drinking water, at the same time taking good meal. And the ways of taking good meal is we eat cooked food and we avoid junks. We avoid carbonated drinks. And like I said, as part of the benefit of fasting is that when we are about to break the fast, it is advised that we take 3 dates. I said it's always help to boost our system. So taking 3 dates will assist during the time of breaking the fast. So it's going to help and assist in the boosting of the brain. At the same time, it's going to reduce the level of toxicity in our system. Then also, the risk. What are the risks of fasting? Considering the risks of fasting, we actually know that during fasting, we get dehydrated. So there is always dehydration. What are those things we can do? So what we can do, it is allowed in Islam that we do what? If we feel the dehydration, we can actually go for shower and get ourselves stabilized. And at the same time, we need to rest for a specific period of time during the day, so that it's going to assist our fasting. Then also, stress. For those of us that are fasting and we involve in daily activities, there is bound to be a lot of stress. But this can actually be controlled. Those are the risks that we can actually undergo. So we actually reduce our level of stress. Then there could be headache and heartburn. All this can actually be controlled by maintaining some balance in our health. So, and with all this, I can actually tell you that the reason why we fast, we have several benefits that I've said earlier on. We have increase in lifespan. At the same time, the body is resistant to stress. If we fast, there is tendency that the body is restricted from stress. I hope with all this, we can actually gain one or two things from fasting and health. And I hope that it is going to be of benefit in our life. And I pray we witness more of this, witness more of Ramadan on the surface of the heart. And with what I've said, I believe we are going to have a very good fasting and in good health during this month of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum salam.